Tes 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 tes. Tes tes. Nah, FNATIC. Oh, kayak di sini tuh. Nah,
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Ada F, DG, D, S, ini kita Savage, Moon, album ID, foto, visit, dan dicoba yang baca dan hide.
5 seconds remaining.
FNATIC's turn to ban.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Kali ini pick pertama
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Checker. Ah,
Mars!
Mars.
Radiant team ban. Riki. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team, pick. Radiant team, pick.
Lich.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team, pick.
Grimstroke.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, pick.
Faceless Void.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Dazzle.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team, pick. Red Rider! 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Go ahead. Select your heroes. You really should prepare for
it. Looks like for FNATIC, even with the lineup. What are your impressions about it?
I think countered pretty well. I do think it's going to be a little bit of a hard OD game, but much of this game I think is going to come down to who gets the jump first. Like whenever I'm not really sure who's going to win, I always just try to think of initiation, because I think the team who has the easier way to initiate fights usually wins, and I think that this game that might be FNATIC.
Now, what about scalability at all? When I look at this lineup on paper, I don't see a lot of potency in the later game. It feels like it would weigh heavily on the shoulders of the Ricky, I suppose. Is that a concern at all, and does it make FNATIC have to work against the clock, or am I thinking too much about all that?
I think scalability only really matters when it comes to like the ultra late game, but what probably matters more is like how easy it is for you to get your damage out. For example, if you're playing like Razor, or you're playing like Sven, one of the best late game carries, but you're against like Beastmaster, Razor plus like another stun like or BKB, it doesn't really matter that you can hit hard if you can't actually get your damage out. And I think in this game, at least for the early game, I think that Boom might struggle to get their damage out.
For sure, we'll see if that's going to be the case as things pan out. A little bit of a note right there. We saw 23 Savage trying to creep into the lower half of the map, but did not go uphill, which kind of gave Boom Esports the idea that there is a ward on that high ground. They know it's there. They'll be taking care of it soon enough, and then kind of have that freedom to roam from the bottom to the mid lane undetected.
I will add one addendum. I think if this OD gets BKB at a reasonable time, I think it's going to be really hard for FNATIC.
Absolutely. I mean, Brian, all of the potential troubles that OD could have in this game, just trying to execute all his own damage, you know, whether it be the fissures and the skis and the, you know, whatever else it may be, he'll certainly have a hard time being optimized. Bottom lane is really, a lot of the flirting, I would guess. David, the young stunner. What are your impressions about this kid? He's like the new young starlet for the team. He's got his own stream. He's got the edgy name. Do you think he's as good as people say?
Yeah, I think he's a really good player. I think he just needs experience. Edgy name, I mean, it's a little bit clowny. I think he's just a play on, I have to imagine it's a play on 21 Savage, right? The rapper.
Of course.
So I think it's like pretty...
It was blue face or purple face, you'd probably be more about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think if anybody named Ultra Blueface, I'd probably lose a lot of respect for them in general.
Oh, okay. Is there a name that would win your respect immediately upon reading? For me, it was gosh, now I'm butchering it, from South America.
Oh, Kotaro Hayama?
Kotaro Hayama. I read that name and my inner anime got real excited.
I see.
What about for you?
What names do I really like? I like the people that played for like Magneto Gaming. What was it called?
Yeah.
Gosh. Immortal Magneto Gaming, and then they're whoever played on that team automatically is like top tier. That's in terms of like org names, I think be the best one.
Absolutely.
Immortal Magneto.
Because that's an official name. It's not like High Council of Wizards and Priests, which is made up by the players.
Somebody thought like this would be a good idea for a name, and you know,
Dire's middle tower is
the one true Magneto, an immortal Magneto. That, but
23 Savage, yeah, gonna just get clicked on right now. But I think laning phase should go really well for FNATIC. They kind of have to like leverage lead pretty quickly.
Ooh, heavy damage on the FBZ, and it's enough to get it done. Ice, ice, ice on that off lane. Dazzle gets it home with that poison touch. 2 points in it now, and you know, the Dazzle has shifted quite a bit from his olden days of being that profile prolific 5, and now he's got new core business about him, and so far working out pretty well off lane.
Yeah, there's something I want to point out about FNATIC as a team, by the way, and they're pretty unique in this regard, and I'd consider them like a top 8 team, and they're really unique in the top 8 for the fact that their offlaner rarely plays like the initiator or like Ice Ice Ice. He has these like Necrophoses and these Dazzles and these Pangos, and it just kind of let him chill. I want him to be a really strong core, really independently of each other. Three cores independently of each other out of all the top tier teams. Like for example, you see on OG, you'll see like back then and Thompson used to just like 2-man run around fight testers. But there's nothing really for FNATIC. Like they're very content to just chill. Everybody gets something. Like nobody has to panic or anything like that. So the way to abuse them is to be able to 5-man and meet them really quickly and get good initiations off, like fast damage. But I don't know if Boom ID has that. If you allow them to set up, get a good laning phase, I feel like this team is so dangerous.
Yeah, I see what you mean, and it seems like also to play to that, FNATIC will put themselves into a line that will always be ready to engage early. So if their opponents, like you said, want to try to meet FNATIC earlier, FNATIC will have a lineup that can match them at that point and at least put up a fight. Whereas in other metas, maybe there's like 7. And when those kind of heroes really stride in the meta, you know, can Ice still hang? I think he can play those tides and those, but, you know, some of those other players.
One of this is excellent. Yeah, wrong, but this guy does like. It's almost like they divide the map into like 3 sections. Whenever you have a team with Ice, it just every offlaner has like a bit of a unique style. When he gets to play like the Timbers and stuff like that, that's when he's really good. When you force him to play like the Underlords and stuff like that, you're not really seeing him shine. He is like a playmaker star, and inevitably, I mean, like he's too. But in this meta, I think right now he's very good. But he is going to get soloed here, potentially.
Yeah, action on both sides as they make their push for Ice. So 23 Savage in the bottom lane, who could be his own demise too. Jabs, though, getting in the mix and is able to create the space. It's only cost of 1 casualty across the board, but we are even now 1-1.
And this is part of the reason why I think FNATIC, like their 3-core style work, is because they have somebody like DJ who just roams and makes everyone's lane okay. But they relies on having a good laning phase. Absolutely. And so far, not the best laning phase to begin with.
Yeah, Boom is meeting them along the way. They're not making any lane easy. I mean, we bottom 23 is getting top lane for the first time. It looks like FNATIC are able to really go off the offensive. It's back again on the He just drops down the arena. Knows it's going to be trouble for him. Just to make it ultimately, it's the same story. This is the one lane that FNATIC have really capitalized and punish. Mid lane though, Moon certainly doing what you would expect with a Bat Rider matchup. It's 37 and 14 to the OD's 23-7.
Yeah, this is just a hard matchup for OD. Not the best turn rate. Like, you want to get in the lane to be able to harass out and farm, and careful at all times, because if he misuses his Astral, he could just...
Yeah, but he hasn't done it yet. And many pro players I've noticed will say, like, that's fine. Oh, it becomes a loss if actually... And he will go down. Lick is a witness. He has to go too. He saw the whole thing transpire. So let's see if we get a hold of him. He's got 3 sticky stacks. He's trying his best. But he is gone and out. 4-1. FNATIC is unloading the lane.
And this is going to be the lane that needs to go really well. Like you said, this is kind of expected, but you do want to get kills.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you do want to get killed, and picking up those is going to be quite nice for him. I'd imagine that he's just making his rotations up towards top, if I had to guess where he goes next. And that's exactly where he's headed.
Trouble's already afoot here. Another Fissure dropped the block out.
protect like nobody's business.
Just to send a message.
And this is the benefit of playing aggressively. That
Tower is
pub players notice when you take 5
Radiant's
out of the map
tower is
and enemies jump
under attack.
out your own this
Has that ever been called
you
for
default
celebration?
space on the map.
Stunning development.
That's how you make the game easier. Because right now FNATIC have
Under attack.
all the tier 1 tower, 1 tier 2 tower, and it's part because they're playing aggressive.
Violence.
Swing in any way, like I think they're out of up 6 ages for this. I never mind when you're aggressive.
Anything just gives a false security to where Boom Esports really stands in this game. They're going to get a real hit of that once they see the message on the screen now that Roach has been finished. Just as they make their approach, this could turn into a wonderful for FNATIC. But look at this, Mars stepping in. It's an isolate 23 Savage, huge javelin into the wall, and they pop the Aegis at the start of the fight. This is nice. Oh, big dunk from DJ, evaporates Lich, melts them down, and Boom got to back off. Didn't like that.
Yeah,
he's dragging out, going back to his friends, but the jump in comes out from the chrono. It's back off cooldown, and he's starting to dish out some hits on the DJ, but like mentioned, they don't quite have the damage to wipe the floor of FNATIC. And now with that, they got to bail. Nothing else to offer here.
That wasn't terrible for Boom at all. They did get the Aegis out of the way immediately. They kill the Earthshaker, they lose 2, which sucks, of course. But I mean, they were already pretty far behind, so getting any sort of trade, not allowing FNATIC to just use the Aegis to push, I think is okay considering the circumstances.
Again, though, much better if it's fights that can turn into objectives or turn into just at least +1s. Yes. to help out your economy a bit, because you know it feels like at the end of the day FNATIC are still trading evenly on the fight enough to still feel confident to push across the map and get things done. Only have, let me see, 2 more 2s remain for FNATIC to kind of finish things off and push things forward. But coming into this game, a lot of questions were about FNATIC's lineup and the scalability and the late game. You know, do you have any new thoughts on that now? I mean, certainly it still feels like it's all FNATIC, but is that clock there at all? Like, if they can't get this done for a reason by like 25, 30 minutes,
I think they need more than that.
yeah.
It's when OD gets items. Like, I think when the OD gets items, they can win. He's like the real true 1 position in this game. The Void is just going to set up, but they need the OD things. Like, as soon as he gets nabbed, and he doesn't get to get any damage out, then the Riki gets on top of him. What is he going to do? He really needs a BKB for them to be able to win the team fight.
They do have that farm that, and really where there can you even farm right now?
Yeah,
FNATIC are still hanging out in perf. That's why away everything.
I didn't want to give you like an exact time when you were like, how long? How long will it take them to farm? Potentially just win a fight, take 2 towers. It's true. Then they could get it in the next like 4 minutes, and that would be excellent. But they could also just the next 4 fights, and even though it's like 25 minutes, he'd have like an Ogre Axe.
It does feel pretty at it. Play a much more passive game now moving forward, and to take any more risk or try to take the match to Boom, but I just don't foresee that at all happening. FNATIC still taking it to Boom as we see them pluck away all the fresh wards they just planted on the south part of this map, and now I imagine they're going to head north immediately.
Necrobook 3, especially on an offlaner, and you just get a free gem essentially.
Yep.
And
they see each other. Who's going to make that first move? It's a jump in from, gets a nice arena to try to separate
DJ
FNATIC.
dodges.
They make the move in for Bat. DJ is swinging around, dancing with the Mars as best he can. Moon makes it to the low ground, and now the Mars is isolated from the rest of the pack. Him and Rubik gonna be the first set to fall.
They still have battle
Boom
team.
have to run back inside. I mean, still have no chrono for 20 seconds. You know, FNATIC could easily take this tier 2. Thought
DJ was gonna die, as now the odds reflect probably what the game really looks like.
for sure.
1-7 right now. That's, I don't know if I would take those odds. Maybe if it was like 1 to like 12, I might. But as it stands right now, yeah, not catch me on that on the Boom ID.
Not even in Vegas. And 4 drinks deep. It would be too hard. You're mid lane though, FNATIC. Not pulling off the pedal. Lich can't even feel comfortable trying to make it to the high ground to drop a safety ward or any sort of safety net defensively. Rubik tiptoes outside and immediately pays the price. You gotta have a friend if you want to walk out there, buddy. It's too dangerous.
He is not utilizing the button system right now.
Certainly not.
No holding hands at the present.
It's like, you know, in kindergarten, all the kids have the rope attached to themselves and they just drag one kid and they come along. They need that. They need that rope. But without that safety net, they're just cowering inside and have to just hand over the little bits of lane farm available to the Void and to the OD. But even as you see the Large trying to creep out the front door to be like, is it safe, guys? No, they'll tie you up by the neck and throw you outside. Moon is vicious.
That is... Oh, I mean, this game right now, when you can't even leave your base, he was like a foot outside his base. He just gets jumped on and boom, just has to watch it happen. Nobody else wants to get caught.
I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, you're getting caught from a bat, caught out from a Ricky, and now you have stuff like the blinking DJ Earthshake and company to go along with it. This nowhere feels safe. Boom are splitting themselves around a bit right now, but you know it's FNATIC who just have full control, and they're just gonna, you know, as we say, tighten their grip. And here we go, a 2-on-1 opportunity for Boom at the top lane.
It's worth it.
All right, get it. Got to get that morale somehow.
I just
Boom.
noticed that Dire's
100% worth.
Oh no, Hyde has found a little book friend.
Yeah, it's like...
Certainly they feel all worth as they finally get that kill.
on DJ here. This would be so big.
Oh, but Makoto's also in trouble. He gets his handled from DJ and 23 Savage within the arena. They do end up doing that, but okay, decent chain frost is going to be shrugged off by Ice and Savage. They end up, you know, losing FBZ. No surprise there. The only survivor now is the Void.
Dream picked up some money though.
He did, but he could lose it if they want to jump for it.
No way, he's actually gonna go for this.
Yeah, you're gonna use a chrono on my boy, huh? Well, I'll use my echo for you.
And that's gonna be an ultra kill for 23 Savage.
And the tip.
I like that. Blind blink and jump, just commits the echo for it. They want to kill all 5 heroes. The upside, I guess, for Boom Resources, they're so low level that everyone's running.
That's true. They're already back into the fight if they want to take it. They just got high ground. But they don't really have any ults. They have nothing. They have Rubik, whatever he can steal.
Think he got Blink Strike.
Go, Rubik. Jump in there and show
He did need a Blink. He did need a Blink.
He hits him with a Fade Ball on his way out. Like, stop that. And, well, it looks like FNATIC will have a little bit of mercy. Just take the tier 3 backpedal once again. The economy is all theirs if they want to play it slow up until the, here we have a replay of that iconic chrono to the top lane that got that Batrider kill. But, you know, it's more or less going to be the same. I don't know what kind of risks Boom can take here moving forward that can tip the scales. But we are now pushing up to a 20K net worth advantage after the fight, and here possibly FNATIC could be moving in for the death.
The Centaur.
The smoke is there. They lead it off with the fissure. Bump back to Mars. The lid is also under pressure.
Just let him live.
No, he saw the whole thing, Will. He's got to go. We can't have witnesses. You remember. They chase forward. FNATIC into the high ground. They're looking to close things out, but oh, careful here. Batrider in trouble. Gets the hammer. Gets healed up. He's going to be just fine.
Gets real low, but
Makoto was hoping to have at least a little bit of something, a tiny feather for his cap, but he gets nothing.
And they're just not catching any bursts right now.
No.
FNATIC is not letting up. They are just kicking them repeatedly.
I mean, this is what their lineup set out to do, and it looked like they got to do it in full force, unhinged, with really no problems along the way.
Boy does have the ulti, and
he may not get to use it here. His faceless head gets wrapped up, pulled back,
so deep,
and he is gone. Minute, no buyback. This is probably the final hurrah here. Make the most of it for what you will. DJ drops it down, catches the both of them, and Boom are scrabbling back to the base. FPZ though.
This is actually not that bad for Boom.
They're forcing him to stay back. They're shoving him inside. You won't fight in our house. You gotta take us all out.
They're actually gonna pick up some kills with this. This could be something. I don't know what, but
what does it What's
certainly a thing.
A gem, you know, for Lich now means that they can move outside the front door.
They need vision so bad, and they have no idea where any of the vision is. This is the downside of being corralled so hard in your base. Everyone always talks about like, oh well, you know, if you have the better late game, hold high ground, but even if you get kills, you can't really go anywhere because you're not really sure where you're being seen, and you don't want to just take a fight outside your base. That's ill-advised. So you want to get your own vision out as soon as you possibly can. And whenever you're playing against like gems or necro 3s, these kinds of wards are always the scariest to place. Whenever you place like low ground wards, they're gonna die, Dakota. They'll die every time.
For now, at least they're able to get their jungle back for a little bit of side farm and the outposts. FNATIC is still recouping from their diving in the bottom lane. 23 Savage now back into action. They will probably come together again as a team, and who knows, maybe have another smoke push. Oh, Greaves, a nice pickup for FNATIC. Could help in case they get a little overzealous at times. Ice can be the paramedic.
Just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But, you know, whenever FNATIC come together as 5 and try to take it to Boom, it seems like it is going to be FNATIC's fight. 9 out of 10 times. Or is that even being too nice? Is it more 10 out of 10 if they take 5 on?
I like that.
You need just a hell of a Chrono setup. Your OD needs to really just go unhinged.
Hit like
finally got his BKB.
Yeah.
He's got his BKB.
This is it. This is the final hurrah. There's no point in saving for buyback. Whoa. What is that going to do for you?
No,
you'll die twice.
Yeah,
so you might as well just buy your BKB, see what one ideal fight looks like. Give me the double BKB cores. This is what they needed. The only thing that comes to BKB damage-wise is the they have some right clicks like the Ricky, but aside from that, like a lot of their damage is magic.
And they have a central point now to fight around. Oh. It could be for the Roche. Ooh, they spot Savage and they shove him away.
It like leapt him above.
Shoved him right over the cliff wall and into Roche Pit.
I think that might have been like their opportunity, and
instead they get Ice Frogged, and he's inside the Roche Pit. Don't make the most. The fight continues on. They get the lasso pull back onto the void. He tries to pop. Gets the fight.
You have to fight at this point.
Now, can he make the most of it? He still holds the chrono if necessary here. They can't even finish off jabs. They lose his own life. Makoto to fall. It was all for naught. 2 buybacks, but unfortunately the rest have nothing else.
Surely they're going to call at this point now.
Never say die. We won't go down until... Okay, we're done. Lich knows that he has no chance here. And it still ends up going to FNATIC. Pretty much very convincing game number 1. You know, you look at the drafts on paper and, you know, I gotta say for FNATIC's lineup, it definitely looks questionable when you look at it, but, you know, we're in a new meta and a new time. This Dazzle core is wonderful. The Ricky...
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And welcome back, everyone. Game 1 pretty easily handled by FNATIC against Boom Esports, but Game 2 is already pretty much underway. And hey, whoa, wrong way. I don't know directions. Hey. Yeah, so yeah, FNATIC easily taking down game number 1. Boom Esports, can they bring it back? And luckily enough for you guys, we'll find out right now because we already have a draft underway. And yeah,
damn, Grant, you move fast.
I do, indeed.
Efficient hosting.
We got to
Why haven't we been doing this all along?
We're sending it over to the caster. No, I'm just kidding.
Every single host that I get in Dota, you know, talk about the game and ramble on. What do you think we're gonna see? But Grant shows up and hosts, and he's just like, I don't want to hear from you guys. Let's go straight to the draft.
Yep.
What a baller.
Just kidding, Cap. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Okay, excellent.
I'm okay.
Could be better.
Could be better.
Could have appreciated being asked how I was doing without having to ask you to ask me how I'm doing.
But
how you doing, Brian?
I'm doing okay.
That's good. Any change-ups here? The Dazzle. Taking that Dazzle out there like, wow, we got
so
it
is
pop.
Snapfire they're going to give to FNATIC. And they're going to take Nyx Assassin in return.
Unless he
but FNATIC are going to ban Nyx Assassin because Snapfire's out there.
But then you still got a Rubik in the pool. So
yeah.
I've heard you just like Nyx way more than Rubik against Snapfire.
They're both good. They're just one's defensive, one's offensive,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Rubik easily steals and uses Mortimer's kisses.
Wow,
himself.
they banned Snapfire.
Wow, they didn't want to give it to Boom.
Ooh.
Big Daddy Boom coming through.
I thought this hero got worse, but I guess these teams are, at least in SEA, it's still first ban priority.
There it is. The Nyx Assassin immediately scooped up.
Will they go for something like the Earth Spirit? I think he's one of the best heroes against Nyx. Any insta-cast silence is usually really strong.
So why did, I mean, Nyx Assassin has
like Rubik, right?
Yeah.
Yep. We try.
Nyx Assassin hasn't really changed that much, right? Like over the years. So why is it seeing more play now? Like it still doesn't have the greatest laning phase, right? I mean, it has good base regen.
I think the pure
armor,
damage on Vendetta was a huge buff.
Okay.
They straight up went from physical to pure and pretty much didn't touch the damage.
They didn't touch the damage at all.
So that's just a straight 25% increase, if not much more.
Yeah, well, the way it works is that in the mid game, most carries have like 15 armor, which gives them 40% reduction, which makes it more like a 70% amp on your damage. Because you're going from 60 damage to 100, which is like, well, now a hero that's meant to kill people bursts them way more effectively than he did before.
So when are we seeing the Dota 1 build? When is Dagon first coming back?
Dude, I missed that, man. That was one of my favorite things to do in Party Cube back in the day was to play mid Nyx and just rush a Dagon. And
7 minutes.
My favorite thing is when I look back on my old Dota days and I did the same build every game, right? On whatever hero I was playing.
Everyone did.
And some games you just freaking owned. And then some games it just did nothing. And you're like, I don't understand why some games I'm owning and the other games I'm not. And nowadays, I look back on myself and young son, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's
Your
okay,
double
buddy.
purse build on every hero wasn't quite the option.
No items, rush ring. What a foolish build that was back in Dota 1 days. But in Dota 2 days, that's that hot new right
It
there.
is. Boots first as well, right? Was the biggest noob thing ever, and now it's hot. What about this Undying? What
That's
what
a
the
very
hell?
random pick.
It is.
man.
No control. He is a blob and Tombstone owns. I guess Tombstone.
Hear it
They
out.
buffed him a lot. by the
Undying
way.
has been buffed over and over and over again.
It's gonna be.
He
the
keeps on
offlane,
getting
right?
more damage.
I didn't actually think they'd pick PL.
Give me the core Undying.
Dude, I'm with you. I am actually with you.
Let's
Not
go
against PL.
ice.
Not against PL.
Why not?
Not against
Because you don't use your Tombstone when you're core.
Maybe.
Do you know how much strength you steal, BSJ, with the Ags?
10.
Yeah. And you hit so if you hit 4 heroes,
40.
how much
Quick
damage
math.
is that?
40 damage.
Exactly.
And then you turn
Per
into
decay.
turn into the golem.
What?
So then what happens?
What about Golem? It amps you up.
Yep.
It's like 50, 60, 70, I think. 40, 50, 60.
And that's so every single decay you're hitting 4 people, hopefully.
And I think it's
You're
40,
getting
50, right? I think that's what it is.
It is now.
Okay.
It used to be 50, 60, 70, and I think they nerfed it.
Okay. I know they've been tweaking him a lot. His ult now does damage when you hit people. It amps your zombie damage, and, like if you're hitting them, and gives you extra strength from decay. Or just bonus strength in general.
I believe so, yeah.
It's bonus strength in
I
general.
don't think
right?
it's on decay, yeah.
I actually was testing this and they still haven't fixed it yet. There's a bug with Undying where when your ulti expires, say I had 40 mana, or 40, strength
Yeah.
stolen. If say my ult gave me 40% of that, however much strength I got from my decay strength, that amount of health is just straight up lost.
Okay.
You actually just lose it when you come out of your ultimate. So if you're like really big with Ags, you'll actually be missing 2,000 health when you come out of your ult.
Well, you better hope you win that fight, man.
You got 30 seconds to wreck face, and then you're dead.
I mean, is it more of a possibility? Honestly, I mean, it is someone like Ice. And you did first phase. Would you ever first phase a Rubik Undying?
I think Phantom Hunter makes it a lot harder because while there is all that strength stuff that's really cool, I think you still want the impact of the Tombstone zombies because the zombies you have talents. You have the talent that increases its damage, and then on top of that, the golem doubles the damage that zombies do. So I think in ideal world, if you are to run Undying Core,
You do eventually rely on the...
yeah, you do rely on your Tombstone for damage. So I think here it's just going to be a normal 5 played by jabs.
Boring.
Oh, they're
Which means we need an initiating style. Oh, they to ban Pango. Yeah, because they have Phantom Hunter. So
it's a good call.
That's the go-to.
I think Pango's is really strong right now.
Which is like why? So before, when it wasn't considered strong, it was the laning phase, right?
Yeah.
So what's changed?
Bring it
for it?
Tarask.
Is it actually? Is it?
I firmly believe it's Ring of Tarask. I think him and Terrorblade are the 2 single best beneficiaries of Ring of Tarask.
I mean, he's one of the few agility offlaners as well. And
Yeah.
I think agility heroes in general are making better use of regen. All these regen.
That's true.
So your higher armor, you take less damage per hit. Your regen is more active there.
Pango used to kind of just he would use Swash, and then for the next 15 seconds, you just hit it.
And he can't do it.
And then you can't do anything about it. But now it gets health regen and sustains, and then...
And it's a very fine line because Pango feels okay with you hitting him, then he hits back, and in which case you're just going to take a lot
You
less
end up
damage.
never winning the
because-
trade, yeah.
Yeah, you get disarmed. Well, you know, instead of him running away and taking 4 hits, now he's infighting you and only taking 2.
Yeah.
And you get people tend to forget that disarm does minus armor as well, so he does hit pretty hard when he disarms you. So they do go for the AA, a little bit weird to me versus the Ember specifically, but it does go well with Nyx. AA Nyx has been a very classic support duo. You have the Nyx scout out, lock somebody down, AA blast them.
Nice kill combo from 2 supports. Oh, BSJ!
Yes! Dude, it's actually legit. I'm not joking.
I like how you have to like, disclaimer, it is legit.
I think you pair it with any support that can secure a range creep, because that's his only problem.
Yeah, tank.
And he buys headdress. I hope this Rubik fate bolts every single range and buys a headdress, and then I'll be like, wow, me and Ice 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 mind melded across the world. Or he watched my stream.
So you're sure it's an offlaner and it's not a carry?
I think it's specifically a lane non-loser, not a lane winner. Meaning it doesn't, it never loses its lane, but it never really wins. It's just annoying.
Because I know.
Do you want him to rush the Ags?
I think it's either like a small aura item like Vlad's or Drums, and then Ags, or just straight Ags.
Okay, because I was just thinking it is potentially a really good Crimson Guard game. And that is one thing that you really like about Bounty Hunter. You get so much gold, you can get team fight items for. So if he gets the axe, I'd like to see him then back up to a Crimson Guard really badly, because now you're faced up against Monkey King as well as PL.
Yeah,
this is a good Monkey King.
Knowing Ice Ice Ice, I'm probably gonna see like Vlad's Crimson or Pipe or something.
He's very selfless in that regard.
Yeah,
as an offlaner.
I just think the Ags is pretty insane because it allows you to buy more items. It's not meme in the sense that you do get a decent amount of gold from just running around the map tracking people. Your core, you're usually pretty tanky. And then your Janata pretty much doesn't exist past the laning stage. You pretty much never hit anybody the rest of the game. So your Ags actually enables your Janata for the rest of the game. And since it increases the cast range of your Shuriken toss, you don't actually have to be point blank and at threat to go Shuriken people. And all I do is you just track one guy, Shuriken another guy, and you get two hits off from Janata. So
you want hard carry for 23 damage, most likely?
Yeah, I mean you want like a gyro type hero, I think, meaning one that is a hard carry that also loves to fight with you. Like it wants to fight when it can, because Bounty Hunter track insane amounts of gold in team fights. It's 40 gold for his allies level 1, so every time you're team fighting as 5, it's 160 gold for them, 150 for Bounty Hunter, 310 extra gold every single kill. It's a lot.
Is Troll too slow?
I'm down for Troll. I think Troll fits this lineup well. They need a tower hitter, Roche Taker, but at the same time, you kind of need a hero that when initiated onto can like turn the fight. So I would lean much towards Gyro, but I guess Troll's good too.
Meanwhile, in Boom ID,
where you go like Ursula,
we need our offlaner.
Looks like the offlaner, yeah.
What?
What do you need on that team? You have an AA Monkey King, so you've got kind of this circle you want to fight in, right? Do you want?
I want more lockdown.
Mars. Okay,
I want more ways to, like, I don't want just Nyx Assassin to do that for me.
It's not like direct lockdown, but you are still in that circle area, right?
People,
keeps Anti-Mage fan here, I think.
Anti-Mage?
Yeah, I think Anti-Mage is a big fan of that.
Who picks Darks? Yeah, who picks Darkseer and doesn't ban AM?
They think it's Ember safe lane based on their Storm ban.
Their one ban, yeah.
So they're thinking we pick this Monkey King to hard counter Ember mid. They would be stupid to put him mid. That's quite reasonable, I guess. That is logical.
They go Lifestealer. You guys really wanted AM. Why'd you want AM?
I just think it's really good against PL Darkseer, not like for any other reason.
Gotcha.
But there's probably 10
Yes! Please get the ass.
Dude, I'm actually slightly annoyed now.
I'm hype.
I'm slightly annoyed. But
I will say
hype, man.
I'm curious to see how 5-position Bounty Hunter plays, because I don't think it's a thing, but we'll see.
Phantom Lancer is susceptible to if you go the 2 decay to Soul Rip build in lane. He is very susceptible because he's a high armor hero, but he's actually somewhat low HP. And he is susceptible to that kind of burst.
All right, BSJ, I just need a do you believe or do you not believe in FNATIC?
I believe, and I'm looking forward to seeing this game. This is an interesting draft.
Cap?
Believe?
Okay. A lot of belief in this offline Undying. It has been maybe never since we've seen it. Who better to talk about it than Coda and Blitz?
Wow. Thank you so much, Grant. Incredibly gracious about you and your hosting and your fantastic throws there. I'm here number 2 of Boom Esports versus FNATIC. Will, this is a very intriguing draft. Lots of funny things going on. I'm very curious where the odds have it, and sure enough, they are favoring FNATIC. I feel like, you know, it's easy to favor FNATIC. Team, they got a lot, and clearly these lineups are unorthodox, but they're making them work. What about this one?
I don't see how FNATIC can win. I feel like I'm envisioning how the lanes look, and I think this monkey is gonna crush this Ember, or he should, and then after that, like, I don't know how this Lifestealer is going to kill anybody because he has 1 stun on his team. Like, he has technically 2. He's got Rubik Lift and, like, Chains. We're not counting Bounty Hunter Shuriken. So he's got, like, 2 stuns on his team, and there's a Darkseer on the other side that's just going to reset every fight with Surge. So I feel like, unless FNATIC just, like, completely rolls the early game, which I feel like they're going to struggle with, considering, again, the Monkey versus Ember matchup is so Monkey favored. So
I think most would agree with you. Like, if you just look at these lineups on paper, the head-to-heads that are going to be taking place in these lanes, this should be a phenomenal early game for Boom. But, you know, FNATIC, maybe their skill, maybe their the way they play could just kind of carry them through. But even with that, they have to be pretty dang successful in the early game. You know, they made up some change. I was with Brian. I was kind of expecting this was going to be an ice off lane bounty hunter, and then have the Undying be more of his typical role. So I got to get your thoughts on this. You know, it's of all people, of course, ice is going to be the one to take that Undying into the core reigns. But you know, how much confidence do you have in that? What kind of impact is he going to have in this game?
I feel like my confidence is low, but that's the thing about Dota is I'm always willing to be proven wrong. Of course. I don't think it will work, but if it does work, then like cool. Then, you know, there's something new that people can do. But I kind of struggle to see how it's exactly going to work, and maybe my brain is just like too small. So I mean, I'm excited at the very least.
Yeah, maybe he'll show us something innovative, something with maybe some new build-ups. I know the zombies received a nice little buff in the recent patch. I think 10 damage per zombie, which, you know, if you leave that tombstone unchecked, could definitely add up. Well, but yeah, it's something to keep tabs on. How is he going to prioritize these skills and new items to shift this up? Meanwhile, you know, you look at a hero like Bounty Hunter, and this guy was just gifted so much by the Frog. I was looking at some of the changes, of course, leading up to the big ones in 7.25, and I feel like Ice Frog's sitting in a room like, I really love Bounty Hunter. Why is nobody playing with Shuriken Toss? Yeah. And he's like, you know what? Cooldown's lower. You know, not enough? Damage is higher. Not enough? Here's some great talents. And now it's at the point, here's the Ags. Yeah. And, you know, BSJ said some wonderful things that I didn't even consider. You know, yeah, Janata typically becomes such a dead ability in the later game, but now you can hit it to so many people. Bounty Hunter used to be one who hated people who 5-man and group together. Now he'll love it. It just totally changes the hero quite a bit, and I would imagine that Ags has to be one of the priority pickups early on.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm. I really do. For Bounty Hunter of all heroes. I mean, I think the hero's really good. Like, I think it's steadily gone buffs enough that maybe, for example, I think our team has tried it and it hasn't gone like the best, but maybe we're just not running it right. And that's the really cool thing about Dota is everything can work and you never know what's broken until somebody smart figures out a way.
I love it. And plus Dota, an international game, we get to see these type of ideas come from all over the world. Yeah. You know, how many games could do that?
Some random guy in like a pub. Southeast Asia or Russia is gonna like figure this out and say like, this is straight up broken, and then eventually it'll go up the ladder high enough that like all the high rank players will start doing it. And
those are my favorite things in Dota, when you hear stuff like, oh, is that the Logan Abaddon? And I'm like, who the hell's Logan? And they're like, oh, it's this guy from the pub scene. He does this shit all the time.
Logan buffed at Grace.
Yeah, it's
David M. Kim Omni Knight.
Yeah, I love those things. It's like the guy who has that shtick in the pub, and it just comes around and it works out, and then it's adopted into the pro scene, and then they even get that little bit of a nod of credit. I think it's just such a wonderful thing. And here Jab's doing that early bit of harassment. Very intrigued to see how he makes it work in that 5 position. You know, I don't know if an act is going to be in the immediate future, but something he can certainly apply at any stage of the game if it does come to his laps. But
this is not fun.
Mid lane, yeah, it's as expected, a rough time.
It is such a one-sided matchup.
15 and 10. 10 denies, now 11. My God.
Every time he's got stacks up, he's also going to use this to heal away. Like the last stack, he'll always bounce, so he gets the max HP. And they can't do anything about top. Like, it's a bounty hunter life stealer. Like, they're not going to stop this from happening. So you're going to get this Darkseer that is going to get pretty fat. He's got top of the CS chart. Monkey King is going to get really fat. And then I have to imagine PL wins. He's not doing amazingly, surprisingly enough. Undying's actually doing quite well. But I have no idea. I can't even tell you what, like, my expert opinion on, like, the PL versus off in Undying matchup is supposed to look like. So I won't even try to pretend as if
we'll have to just see how it works out for itself. This is just a small sample size, obviously, and we'll see how things unfold. But
I sort of feel like this Undying is going to run out of mana at some point, and then PL's farm. But
okay,
that would be my guess.
Kodo feeling confident here, or getting the chase about with Moon, who's gone a bit deep into enemy territory here. He's getting smacked on the back end. And look at Hyde. Oh, Hyde is so giddy. I got a haste rune boss. Here I come. Slaps down the stun, and Hyde's going to take that first blood.
Yeah, he came all the way from that top area to make the trek, and now Ice is going to die.
Oh, okay.
Again, I can't stress this enough. I think FNATIC is a very good team, probably a little bit higher when it comes to like my ranking points, and Boom, maybe they're just so good that it can work. But as of now, they are proving my initial suspicions to Koda about whether or not it could to be correct.
How far can you go with these types of drafts and these, you know, and be able to really execute and make them work? Yeah, they're going to be tested. They're going to be certainly tested.
I will say, I think, I don't even know if it's a good Ember game, because I think that it's pretty decent against PL, but if PL gets hard, then he doesn't really care that much. And it's not amazing against Nyx. Nyx can just pop his Campus next to your Flame Bar, and you always have an instant initiation as a result versus that hero.
So I'll say what seems to be hard to say about FNATIC. They got nothing good, it looks like, going for them. On paper, at least. It's like, well, who's going to have a potentially matchup in a good It's like it really falls back on just outplaying.
Yeah, I can still outplay. They have some measure of, like, stuns, and I think Ember Spirit could go off, and that's who they need to go absolutely crazy in the game. Because if you're looking at the laning phase, at least, all three lanes are going pretty well for them, I'd say. But there's going to be a dive towards bottom. Jabs has made his way down here too, and Dream's getting pretty low, but he does nail the tombstone first, and there's going to be even more TP support here as the Nyx comes in too.
Oh, nice stun. And look at Dream. He turns the corner. Jabs says, I certainly did not commit this hard to get nothing. They want to get something out of it. They do.
He's got to die.
Get him.
He's got to die. Surely he's got to die.
Don't let him get away with this. Don't let him get away with this. He got away with it, and he's going to tag you on the way out. Oh,
that is crushing.
Planet's middle tower is under attack.
They drop the sentry. Jabs will not be safe. He drops the sentry of his own, but he knows it's too scary to step back and go for. And it's not getting any easier anywhere else. I look to mid lane now, and look at Makoto. He's diving deep, going for DJ. Smacks him.
DJ just TP too, and he just died bottom, trying to kill the PL, and he just dies, and there is a catapult here. I'm just looking at the difference in CS between the Ember. He's more than 2x'd him. He's got, is that 43 to 19? He's got 25 denies.
This is a straight up ass beating out of outer space.
Yeah,
really, on this game. This is insane. Like, everything's just going right. I look up top, Darkseer is in a private island, fields just farming away in the top lane without a threat. Monkey King unhinged in this mid lane. Moon's making his return, and Monkey King's ready to flex on him. Hyde, where did he come from? He's behind him. Moves in, tried to go for the two-man stun.
They're going a little bit too ham.
Okay, guys, they're all over the place. They're getting swarmed, and it will get Makoto.
All right, I don't know if Makoto's...
It's a pretty pet.
I don't know why he decided to do that, if I'm 100% honest with you.
This might be FNATIC's plan. They are going to lure Boom into a false sense of security and let them swell up so big, a fat pinata that maybe FNATIC can pop.
So they intentionally got the streaks, and they're like, comes back around in the end.
Yes.
It'll rebound back to us.
They'll take advantage of that new algorithm or whatever about the streak goal.
Yeah.
It's pretty significant still, right?
So what you do is you give the monkey like 9 kills, of course, and then 3 fights later, you're golden.
Yep, and you have track. Hopefully at that point, you'll really swell up. But
he's dusted up.
You're not going to get track if you can't get 6. 2-man stun, nicely done there by High. But there's no like kill burst here, so it's going to be drawn out a bit.
Really low.
But okay, yeah.
And he just walks in,
nowhere
dies
to go.
The Ion Shell.
Makoto would have been right there as well. There was nowhere he could go, and they're going to just swarm around 23 Savage.
They know he doesn't have TP.
Someone else does.
They're pretty sure he doesn't have TP, but Makoto's got to be careful. All
right. This time they know they can't get too greedy.
He's going a little bit too far for this, as High.
FNATIC swarm in. They can call for backup with nobody else, it seems. They just suddenly show up for their man, get the job done. There they take down FBZ. Makoto at the same time, though, is able to kill himself, look like, right?
He got the courier.
The courier, okay.
And he's in fact going to leap on to 23-7, who doesn't actually rage the stun, and he's probably died for this.
He is dead for that. Oh boy, opportunity to get anything off there.
Definitely could have used a reap there. I don't mana, but I mean, it's better than getting stunned in that position. Person who's laning phase 1 well, 23 Savage, die.
You hate to see it if you're a FNATIC fan.
Love to see it if you're
yeah, if you're home for game 3, Boom is certainly on the path to just clean house here. I gotta see what changes. Where Ice that. So your core Undying mid lane 7.5. 2-2-2 build. I don't see it getting slotted up right now, so I'm curious if he's just trying to get some sort of utility and bring the power in the mid game. But I don't know where FNATIC is going to fall back on, even as the game approaches.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that answer myself right now, Dakota.
Here for damn sure. But this is good posturing by Boom. They have an advantage in the top lane, the tier 1 being taken down, so they just immediately move into FNATIC turf.
Still were able to hold 1 outpost, so not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, they are able to get hold of their own at the bottom. Full loss here. Some neutral islands down coming out, and an opportunity to take a tier 1 bottom lane as well.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty nice for them overall. I'd imagine that the PL starts coming into his own triangle on the left side. And interesting enough, like, Makoto's actually just playing this kind of like roping Monkey King.
It's like, I'm just so swole. Go take down anybody who's willing to show an inch. And right there, Rubik sticks out and just gets pounced on immediately. Ice shows him now, and he's like, I'm a core Undying. I'll see what I'm. Wow. Okay. That guy just showed up and showed him who's the big boy on the block. Damn!
That was a big kill for Ice. I actually didn't think he was going to kill him like that.
That was very fast. I mean, Monkey King can hit hard, but he's got 1,000 life. I was going to say I thought Monkey King would have been pretty frail, but he actually had a little bit of life on him. That Undying just hit that hard. Okay, well, 23 Savage could be a bit of a pinch here. High hits him with the ult, but just going to be a little bit of tickling damage. All right.
He's still actually more farmed than as Deej is going to get gone on, and Ice is still here. He's used. He surged for this. Ice doesn't really have any abilities. Here comes Moon, but way too far out.
All right, good. If Darkseer would have been caught out there, I would have been getting a bit nervous here for Boom. I don't want them to feel a bit too overzealous about the advantage that they for themselves in the early lane. For often it's a Makoto just not farming anymore and being around and trying to take fights. You can't let that. Can't let that go on too long and get too crazy. And now he's back in the mid lane. He's back on the grind. Get that diffusal finished. Hit that power peak.
The crazy part is, even at those 2 deaths, he's so far ahead of the net worth chart. That's how gone the mid lane was. And the Ember Spirit, I mean, he's even less net worth than the Undying is.
Yeah. I mean, lots of stacks in the jungle right now. Ember, this helped mend things a little bit. But you're certainly right. He's got a tough hill to climb up.
And he barely has more worth than this Nyx.
Oh, bottom lane. Makoto spotted out jabs. They dust him, take him out. Has the Savage Bomb, if you will, in his back pocket. Oh, no, wait, not Savage Bomb, sorry. That was Track. I got just...
Oh, you thought
that was the Infest. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah, it's the same looking thing. I actually thought the same thing for half a second after which team Rubik was on.
Yeah. I'm also I'm more used to that other track, the old nugget, whatever it is. When I see the old one, I'm like, wait, what is that? FPZ he had that quiet game on Darkseer farming through that top lane, but look how fast he's able to accumulate those utility items. Almost has the greens complete, but could be prolonged a bit if they manage to bring him down. TP's coming though. They have that outpost control, so that means Makoto can step right into action. Rubik is pushed all the way back, and now it's going through damage succeeded into play. While Makoto is able to ult out and get that finish on the Eyesight Sauce, the rest of FNATIC, the other side of that wall, now fighting back to the low ground and can't really commit.
That's under 200 gold.
Can they get hide? Stun's right there. They do manage to take down the tree of the Monkey King. He's stunned out, and they blast him down. This is FNATIC's chance to gobble up the money that's there, and they're going to take more.
Track gold. Makoto is insane. I'm not sure why he decided to do that. Whenever he gets kills, he just immediately dies right after it. And he's got to be careful because he's so far ahead that every single one of these deaths is so impactful. I'm not sure why he feels the need to continue to go for those dives. I
mean, I think I mentioned it yesterday, and I could be incorrect. I want to say he is the 10k MMR player, too.
Oh, is he?
The mid laner for Boom. I want to say, when I was watching some of their old games, that it was mentioned he's the 10k player. But the leaderboard doesn't show 10k player. I don't know if you look up the current 10k players.
Oh, my keyboard actually doesn't work.
Oh. But whatever the case may be, I'm trying to take that away from him. But this, yeah, he's definitely got some brass on.
Hey, for sure, he's a really good player, and he really.
You don't get to that level.
Yeah.
You don't get to that level without taking those kind of risks. But FNATIC is not a team that can get away with all of those kind of moves. They will pounce. They will take advantage of you going just an inch too far.
All right, here we go. It's going to be a 5-on-5, and they're on the low blue right now. They got the AA here for free. He's going to get the Ice Blast off, but
level 1, that's not enough to do anything. The jabs, fine, they'll take the 1. But good on Boom's discipline there. They recognize that this is not a fight for them to take, not a good position. They have to withdraw.
This 3k lead that they have, though, I feel like it should be up to like 7 or 8 at this point.
Yeah. I can just creep their way back into this game. Not too much trouble, but Boom got to hold the reins. They got to see Moon's recovery here is he's slotted out Battle Fury build. Accelerate that farm to get back into being relevant and taking an outpost.
Do you think if they want to take that kind of 5-on-5 fight though, they have to be on the high ground together? It was just like in such a weird position.
Yeah, it looked like Boom were hoping to converge in and kind of get a hold of FNATIC's jungle, but FNATIC were already there. That's the idea to take a fight. Dice grabs that illusion. He's going for a Yule's next. Dying.
Okay.
Jump up the Kodo.
This is huge. That's the highest net worth.
The bomb out immediately, and he'll follow it up with a juicy, icy dessert in the Ancient Apparition.
Two and they know that down. There. He's running away. They're gonna put dust. They do get him with it.
FNATIC on the hunt. Oh my goodness, they take 3. A killing spree from FNATIC right back into the same laning phase. Something was wrong with the laning phase?
Nothing apparently, Dakota. And look at that, just raw.
Like, you would think going through that kind of experience in the early game would mentally test you and break you, but FNATIC,
no, I mean, FNATIC proving, if I'm honest, they're like the most disciplined team. Like, they know what to do in this position. Bad news for them is they still have to get over this PL hump, but 23 Savage, like, I haven't seen Dream in a fight, and 23 Savage has just been kind of out farming him pretty handedly, and he's been participating with his team with track kills. And he has done a lot for us right now. He had that one death that was kind of bad at top, and
he's just keeping his head low, and he's getting the farm done. Meanwhile, mid lane, a big jump on the DJ here. Something for Boom to just get back direction. Are successful down.
And this is the first point in the game where Moto isn't the highest net worth. That distinction is going to belong to 23 Savage. It's going to just get better for him as he picks up the tier 2 tower at bottom. It looks like Boom really wants to finally take a straight up 5-on-5 because Rubik's dead, and they're going to make the move on Ice. Gets the jump.
Nice set there. Smoked. 23 Savage shows his face there on the back as Boom tried to approach from the rear. Clear able to isolate him, and they'll quickly fall apart.
And now it's FNATIC actually that the unnecessary maneuver. As Ice dies, he's one of the biggest fighters.
Oh, Moon, top lane. Diffusal slows him down.
He does have a remnant charge, so he's just going to go back. It's at the very top right, too. It's in a really odd position for them to get to.
Yo. See ya. And he whips himself on back. Good heads up there. But, okay. And this game still feels pretty damn close. But, you know, good to see Boo now keeping assertion, move forward. Like I said, take down the team fight.
They had a 4-on-5, and they might have more here as DJ. Yeah, get caught up. He does land a nice stun.
DJ was caught out first in that previous skirmish. Now again, just as he comes back, caught out. Shadows is gonna dish out some tracks, and they'll get some eyes onto Boom and what they're up to. But you know, we already know what Boom's up to. They're just gonna keep it fighting forward here. We'll try to stall out, I imagine, to see if they can get Savage to a higher point and get Moon really into more relevancy. But for now, they still fall behind, and they're still crippled from that landing. They're still crippled by what Boom had for them. They'll need more to recover. Halberd looks to be the next pickup here for 23 Savage, so looking to cripple the right click, but meanwhile they do drop the wall. Look to fight through it. 23 Savage tries to take it, but the surge. And look at Makoto from the trees. Dropped up ulti, immediate pullback from FNATIC. They won't have anything to do with that. And opportunity. Pullback.
Just trying to grab the upward string.
Meanwhile, they do have opportunity to isolate the PL, but PL found his way on the other side of the wall and out from trouble. I may have spoken too soon. They trick him up and finish him up, and Boom are on the quick retreat.
That the simple zombie. He's struggling, but
half of that fight where they were able to pull him back in, but on the other side, blocking Boom,
just not an ideal wall at all.
Point inside, you were talking about ice.
The fight's not okay for them. I mean, Dream of his team
and at the position on the high ground too made it very awkward able to get out of those fights. And you know, some net worth advantage for FNATIC overall now.
And it might even grow here as small. Certainly, they find a target. Does get it off.
But it doesn't matter. He does end up going down a dominating streak as it falls though to take down the end. He's just cutting PL behind. Oh, PL finds a nice little pick on the guy's little heel back on Ice, and Savage right under it. Committing down the tombstone. Ice here heals it up to keep it alive. They can't quite put their focus onto it yet. Finally, AA dishes it down, and they step off. Again, Ice, self-fuels.
Is under attack.
They can kite it here right now. As Dream actually is going to commit for this.
Nice, we'll catch Ice, but he's able to get the heal off regardless. That means PL's going to fall. 23 Savage reapproaches, is able to get the grab on the Darkseer. This is still FNATIC's game. FNATIC just taking it right back.
All of a sudden, they've got like a 1-2K lead. It all starts with the jump on Makoto. They do lose Moon for that, but they're just overstaying their welcome. It feels like Dream is trying to overplay his hand.
So now we knew what the laning phase was going to look like. It did end up being as bad as we imagined. But
it was so bad.
But FNATIC recovered, even on net worth. So now who has the better matchup when you just take 5-on-5 fights? At first it was Boom, but you know, FNATIC are just kind of outplaying them.
Yeah, FNATIC definitely just outplaying them right now. Their team fighting is just really good, which we already knew about, of course. Ice is going to get the Yules. Here's the jump.
Easy snipe. They don't even have to put their bodies really into any sort of trouble for that one.
That was kind of okay, though, in terms of gold. 231 for the AA, but they got 200 gold for killing the tombstone. Yeah, it kind of works out.
Yeah, you'll lose your A 27. Obviously, no defense going to be mounted here from Boom to try to hold this tier 1, but as a tier 2 now could be possibly under threat. And now they're going to lose all the vision here too. FNATIC control high ground. We already seen what they can do with better position. Uh-oh. Cute little stun.
AI splash, huge actually. This is connecting on to...
FNATIC won't even let them follow it up with anything though. And I imagine it's still level 1 Ice Blast. Yeah, it's not even going to last that long. Just a little bit of a chill. Turn the AC on too high. It's not even not too threatening.
Yeah, you know, bundle up.
It's like, do I really need a sweater? Nah, good.
What item did you get just now?
On PL or
Oppo? Okay.
Oh, who's that going to go on? Here, hold on. I hear 23 Savage. He's got a hold of a beetle. Hyde steps away, but he was tracked up. But there's this approach from Boom. Pull back, but Savage jumps right into jabs. Jabs now under a little bit of pressure. I say that, but
23 Savage has no mana. He's got to be careful here.
Boom just hesitant though. Obviously feeling a bit of mental damage, if you will, from losing the past couple of fights. It's making them a bit hesitant on their commitments now. I can't really fault them for it.
I would definitely be hesitant if I lost like 4 fights in a row in the fashion that they have.
Ice is going for the Ag now. So gonna really get the gains going.
Dude, Ags is so good in this game. I should note that. It's really nice because you're playing against a bunch of like int heroes that don't have a lot of HP to begin with. He gets like 2 decays off. That PL and that Monkey King are just gonna be paper.
Yeah, they're already skinny nerds, is what you mean. Just a bunch of skinny little nerds. Can't do a push-up. They can't do a push-up, and Ice is going to come squatting through and hit him with some dumbbells. Man.
Have you ever seen There Will Be Blood? It's like, I drink your milkshake.
No, I have not.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I've heard a lot of good things about that movie, though. Definitely have to check it. I have time now. A lot of us do.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis, man, he's a beast. Oh, that's
high ground, 2 for special really nice. Right now with the wall drop on top of it. Let's go, Boom! And see what they can get out of it. They drop the ult, they drop all the AoE they can. And FNATIC set to crumble to go down. Ice next.
Go Roche after.
And that nerd with the big pointy head just got all the bullies onto the high ground. Beautiful stuff.
Damn, that was sick. FED was waiting for this moment. All right, well, they go right into the Roche pit. I feel like Roche should be pretty easy for them. I don't know if anybody can buy back or anything like that. And you can see that jabs. I mean, he's trying to pick people off, but he's going to get dusted, and this should be a freebie too. And that's going to be 4 heroes and a Roche potentially. Moon is trying his best.
Trapped behind the tree. It's been spotted, but has that remnant of us to get out. Oh boy.
That was sick by FBZ.
And that was the biggest thing Boom has for him since the laning phase.
Yes. Getting them onto the high ground. We're going to see that once again.
Gotta see it once again. Look at just... This is like an Ice kind of classic too, but they just get pulled right into trouble. And it makes it so easy for everyone else to just lay a double wall on top of that. Oh no, that was a stolen wall. But still, the AoE, the team fight significance there. But look who's already back into the action now. FNATIC say, yeah, I don't care you took the Roche. I don't care you got that extra life.
And this Darkseid is really tanky. They should fight around him.
AI Splash there, and they finish off Moon.
I don't know what team is going to win this game at this point, Dakota. It just goes back and forth every single time. Every single time that I think that FNATIC is wrapped up the game, Boom, all of them comes in and makes the Boom throws it back a little bit, and FNATIC catches the ball. They're just playing a nice old-fashioned game of catch. Right now, Boom is holding the ball.
Surge save there.
This is what I thought that was.
Got DJ hopping all about. The chase still is on though as Makoto catches Ice from behind. Ice eats the Ice Blast, and his life is over.
This is what I envisioned the game looking like anyways, Dakota, was FNATIC just not being able to really nab anybody. The Darkseid Surge just being a little bit too effective.
FNATIC do nab up a little AA there on the bottom lane, but the real damage being done on the mid lane here by Boom as they secure that tier 2. And now FNATIC really have to kind of turn it up a notch and get back to out-executing Boom if they want to claw themselves back into this one. Because like you said, this is a position that Boom really should have set themselves up for based on the huge early game advantage. You know, it took a high play, or a high skill play rather, to kind of make it happen, but they're back into that position, that power position.
Yeah. And that was like through the power of, they're just having superior team fights right now. So it's not like they're not doing the right things either. It's just kind of disappointing because I feel like they could have just wrapped this game up like 5 minutes ago, or been in an even bigger advantageous. But instead, it's a little bit of a slugfest as both teams are just kind of, you know, going at it.
Which we all love.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Sure.
Incredibly entertaining game already.
And 5-on-5 fights are always going to look a little bit awkward here.
Yeah, right in the middle of the river. You got high ground, low ground all over the place. Makoto shoving DJ back. Hyde is going to be the first to fall. They both drop. Turning back. Couple swipes onto Moon, but he obviously just dashes right out from trouble. And whoa, Jabs. Found Jabs, the secret agent from behind, trying to get all the intel. And they'll just gobble him up as an extra piece of money. Double kill for Makoto. He's got 2,600 gold. And that Orb of Destruction, too.
Oh, they were a quarter second late. They almost killed Moon right there.
30-minute outpost time. Looks like they'll be split. And to the bottom lane. No surprise here. Boom still have a tier 1 to take down. And something they just got to keep pressing forward. Keep getting the objectives. Use this advantage and try to force FNATIC to have very little options in the late game by just taking away all their farm potential. You know, in last game, FNATIC were just dominating. You know, how early did FNATIC have Boom corral out inside their base? It felt like at 15 minutes almost.
Yeah.
You know, in this game, Boom have an even more seismic advantage in the early game, but they have much more trouble trying to keep FNATIC together and inside their own base. FNATIC are so fast to know where they have to get out and get things done mid lane. Oh, I witnessed the whole thing, and it was hard to watch. Boom just blown the hell up.
I don't mean to be.
And Boom just taking no mercy as they cross country through these lanes.
I have to imagine that, again, this game is still going to be really difficult for FNATIC to win. I think that Boom is doing all the right things now. FNATIC understands that they can't 5-on-5 straight up anymore. So what they're looking for is pushing out the lanes, trying to see if they can get these like mini pickoffs and being really aggressive in these lanes. But Boom is thinking, okay, just 5 men together, and that's the right thing to do. Just work together, make pickoffs happen. They're trying to realize, I think, how strong they really are. They're just playing together.
See if they close this one out. Look, takedown. Jap does have a buyback. He does use it. It looks like they could be next. The wall is pretty committed. Split down the middle. Oh my good. So good point for Savage, and he has no buyback, Will. My bad. My bad.
It's all right. I think they're pinging for Throne right now. I know they know that there's no buyback, right? And instead they're going to go for the safer play, which I'm okay with. But this game, again, FNATIC, they did a really good job, Dakota, of making it look closer than it should have been.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, like post-draft, there should have been no doubt.
It would have been criminal for FNATIC to get away with such a lineup.
I think so too.
And playing it in the way they did, you know, it had been maybe an Ice off-lane bounty hunter. They shifted the Undying to support. You know, things could have ended up the same, but you know, now we'll never know. And with the position FNATIC have drafted themselves into, it looks like they will ultimately reap the consequences that have been expected or foretold by you.
They're going to have to fight 4-on-5 because they don't have this lifestealer, but they can't afford to give up megas. I think if you get megas, the game is almost guaranteed over.
ISSI's not able to finish that Agnums as he's getting big decays now, but it's not going to lead him to being any sort of raid boss. Drops down the tombstone. They're
getting kind of low.
It's a lot of damage. Maybe they'll take the Nyx. They're popping out the heal. It's not significant. Oh, immediate stun on the Moon as he tries to jump into action, and he is sent right back to the base. I think this could be it. Lifestealer now back. Ooh, Makoto. Very low.
All right, they're going to hold.
And he's out. He did not have an Aegis. He did not have an extra life. And that's enough to force Boom to pull off. FNATIC will be down, but not out. But, you know, that is a lot of money now for Boom. They're going to go shopping.
Rich.
They got a big credit card right now, and they're going to go on a shopping spree.
They actually got so much money, though, for that. The gold exchange 3K in their favor. just for picking up some of those kills, but I mean, the road is still daunting. There's about one set of racks left, no tier 3 towers. They're probably going to lose their Rubik here. DJ has no space to play on. The Phantom Lancer does not care. He's going to continue to chase right now. The Rage is out too. There's no defensive abilities. Ice has now come in.
Yeah, this might be it. Savage on the pushback here. They're trying to take a fight outside of the base in hopes of catching Boom when they don't expect it, but Boom is just so swole by this point. It don't matter. They'll bring it. 27 down to force him out in this game before he makes it back inside the base. Moon trying to stop him with the track. They ultimately Savage to turn it, but he has mana to work. He does have allies nearby who can escort him back to safety, and it will grant them at least one more opportunity to take a defense.
And keep in mind, this is all without Makoto, who's one of their best ways of dealing with the Lab Sealer, because he has Deso plus he has Orbital Destruction. Not quite there yet. Has a BKB, a lot of gold saved up too if he wants to use it. It's
He's
still
back
3v5 now.
He's teething into the outpost that they just claimed, but the fight's already on. FNATIC know that this is one of the few opportunities that they're not going to be full in as 5, but they're not getting anything from it. Nice 2 I'm going to be there from the Knicks, and I think Makoto will blow up just in time and serve white flag here for FNATIC.
Moon. He just lost a quarter of his HP through the Boundless Strike.
Boom.
And GG is... Again, I'm glad FNATIC decided to take that chance, but it just felt like they got complete counter.
Yeah, the draft as it was did not bode well for them, and then they also kind of had, they assigned their roles interestingly.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 of Boom Esports versus FNATIC. And man, after that game 1, it was looking like we might not see a game 3, but you know, some goofy picks and some very good play from Boom Esports. And guess what? We're here now. And
we're here now in a game 3.
We are.
And a draft.
Exactly the same as game.
That was underway, and it's no longer underway. It's gone now.
Yeah. Okay. Now the new draft is on. We were just kidding, guys. It's not the exact same game draft as game 2.
Dazzle will remain banned.
I'm okay with that.
They said that special unique flavor from Ice Ice Ice, that's got that good kick. That Undying Core, that's some rotten shit you got going on there.
Feel free to run that one.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that as many times as you want. We'll keep on picking Phantom Lancer.
4th bans now.
Team ban.
So the exact same bans from Boom Esports, yeah. They just run it down.
I mean, if you like the way that the last draft went, there's always a danger to that, though. If you fall along that line of logic too far.
Yeah. What do you mean redrafting?
You give FNATIC the opportunity to correct.
Yep.
5 seconds remaining.
See, first pick
Dire team
after the ban. Anything just crazy stand out? We still have the Earthshaker. We have the Rubik. Obviously, the Nyx got banned out this game. Pretty much whatever you want, right? Just some support.
Yeah, I was trying to think. There's a hero in the China finals that I keep on seeing, and I was wondering, like, why don't we see more of this hero?
You just forget what it is?
Elsewhere, and yeah, I was gonna bring it up, and I totally forgot.
BSJ.
DK.
Okay.
Dragonite. That's what it was.
Wasn't there like a safe lane DK?
Yeah, they did. I mean, LGD has an identity crisis right now, so they're running DK in like all 3 lanes. But in general, we had a meta not too long ago where people are experimenting off lane DK.
Yeah.
Right? And it's been successful. And if you like the concept of Death Prophet in the
10 seconds remaining.
why not Death Prophet Light? Why not melee Death Prophet?
5
Brian.
seconds remaining.
Well, my experience was if you pick DK in the off lane and the carry pick Jed, you get Monkey King, Ursa, or Razor, and your game's over.
Okay. But you can just draft it. Maybe you run it mid. Maybe you run it off lane. If you're LGD, maybe you run it safe lane.
I just think there's a lot of heroes in the game that remove DK as opposed to Death Prophet. There's a lot of supports that can be quite obnoxious for DK. I think he has to have a better game than Death Prophet to do his job the same way. I think the hero is better than we're seeing here. I think for people at home wondering, he used to be 200, I think 85 base movement speed, maybe 290. Now he's 310. He's fast. Like, he's actually a pretty fast hero now. I don't think I've ever thought of DK as a fast hero.
And now he's
above the 50 percentile of these heroes. He's above the average for base movement speed.
And isn't that what we're all searching for? Just to be above average.
Yep.
That's what my career trajectory has been.
Yeah, but you guys are getting there.
Here.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you guys are killing it. But let's discuss, because I think all 3 of our faces kind of gave dank face when we saw the Mars first overall pick.
Yeah.
That's dank face.
I mean, we saw game 1. Obviously, I don't think it's a terrible hero, but to overall first pick it,
I said it's gonna be, they're gonna pick 3 cores, maybe just 2 that are really hard to spear, and also probably get out of your ultimate with their abilities, no items.
Yeah.
So already we're seeing Void Spirit. Obviously this is decor, but when I think of Earthshaker, I was thinking Morphling already before this Shaker. I'm not saying Morphling Shaker is really a thing anymore. I think Morphling is really good against Mars. It's also pretty nice against Oracles, so I am already leaning towards them going for a Morphling on top of this Shaker. Pretty much every hero that can get out of Mars ulti and poses some threat to him with either like mana burn type abilities or magic damage like Morph is the type of core I like to pick against Mars. And Mars is a hero that either kills them in his burst or misses the spear and is completely useless. That's what I think we were mainly emphasizing from the first game today, and why we didn't like the early pick of Mars in the draft.
Same reason why you hate saves, right? It's like if you're going to be entirely combo based, somebody who can disrupt that is going to kill your entire game plan. Snapfire can save anybody out of Mars Ultimate as well.
As long as you're on the same...
you hop over the wall.
Z-axis, yeah. Anything in the Z-axis.
That fishy Z-axis, man, that lifts them up in the air. It can be a little hard, a little tricky to get that right position.
Have you ever seen Lion or Nyx plus Mars where the Lion Nyx stun them in the Mars spears and you spear them over the...
I haven't seen that, but...
It's so funny, man.
They have a very poor win rate together. And
do they really?
Yes, we were talking about this.
Oh my god, I should look it up.
And
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's that bad. We were talking about some other reason, and then the Impale thing happened. I was like, oh, that's why. I remember this now. I hate playing with that hero.
Yeah, Monkey King is a hero that can't get out of Mars ulti, but he...
in lane.
It's like this arena.
Yeah, I was going to say, if both of them are on the ground, I think you'd rather be the Monkey King than the Mars.
And good, I mean, right? 2 melee heroes already, Mars and Ember.
And you have the lane matchup against Ember. So I've seen Ice Monkey King before. So I'm sure if the Ember gets rotated to the safe lane, they will be shifting this Monkey King to the offlane role. I think that wouldn't be too surprising here. You have a Void Spirit, which you're trying to avoid the Ember Spirit matchup, so I would say it's likely this is a side lane Void Spirit, unless they rotate the Ember to the side lane, in which case it's a mid lane Ember Spirit. Could be some musical chairs that Cat is having a seizure.
I can't keep up with it, Brian. Going round and round too fast for me.
What do you pair up here? Feels like you need your position 4. Maybe you don't. Obviously, you have this pick and then the next pick as well.
Whatever one you think is more likely to get banned, you just go ahead and pick it.
All looks good because it feels like you have okay control with Mars and Ember. Do you need some wave clear? We missing that?
No, Mars never do that.
Okay.
I was gonna say you need some hero that doesn't die to right clicks. I couldn't even describe that. I was thinking like Necro or Veno or something.
Why did they pick that?
What do you mean?
You picked Phoenix and the Snapfire.
I just realized that. I thought it was.
You said a hero that doesn't die to right clicks. That literally only dies to right clicks.
I was thinking Monkey King.
Yeah.
I was thinking Monkey King. Phoenix is very good versus Monkey King. To be very clear.
Yes.
It's very good versus Monkey, but I forgot about. I didn't even consider the Snapfire when.
I guess.
Picked.
I mean, your thought process is right.
Goobers, what are you doing,
I mean, you know Snapfire is going to be at this point like a 5 probably, right? So Snapfire is she ever really going to be near the egg?
She gets extra range
near the egg. If she gets extra range, and it doesn't matter because she's tanky. If you think like, we'll just eliminate that hero and I'll be able to get it, like, no, Snapfire is strength support. Yeah. She's running around like she's Earthshaker.
Did you say? Brawny?
She's a brawny.
She is a brawny.
She's brawny.
She's a brawny dragon.
I mean, okay, let's talk about the good things about the Phoenix then. We saw it yesterday in South America. It does damage. We saw the Veil Kaya build just much 1v4ing people. Are you guys that put off by the Phoenix just because of the hero?
I'm down for a 4 Mars and get this Phoenix and Ag Scepter, so take 12 hits to kill the egg, and that Snapfire just isn't enough anymore.
So I really don't like it because I know it's 4 position.
Yeah.
Right? And how do I put this? Like 4 position Phoenix is more reliant on the egg Like, it's a bigger piece of your puzzle. When you see those weird core phoenixes, they're able to output a lot more damage with their fire spirits on level 15 talent, with Sunray. Like, they're a little bit more active and durable, so they don't have to pop their egg.
No. Hear me out.
Yeah.
If you play the Ags again.
Is there a chance they pick Lone Druid? Do they pay Lone Druid on Boom?
They do.
I mean, they need something to protect the egg.
This is an insane Lone Druid game, because first off, it protects the egg, and I thought about it with the Shadow Fiend Fear ban. It goes really well with Mars. Because they get arenaed and you fear them.
I mean, what about the classic
player? They go AM this
or they
game.
Just go
or they don't protect the egg at all.
Yeah.
Literally zero protection.
They have a
That's
spear
a naked
away.
egg right
They have
there.
a spear away.
Okay.
No, it really is naked. Unless with the new patch of bugged and the Oracle can ulti the egg. Have we tested it?
No.
Okay.
That is not the thing.
We have not tested it.
Okay.
So the only protection that they have is the Mars wall. That is the only protection you have.
And that only works on ranged heroes.
Yeah, that only works on ranged heroes. I mean, you can block out the melee heroes, but that's typically not what you're looking to do with Arena. And again, Snapfire can hop over that wall anytime she wants to. So she still has a way to get past that defense mechanism.
So why the AM?
I don't see it. I think Monkey King's pretty decent against Anti-Mage. I think Digger's pretty good against Anti-Mage. He's a stun that doesn't require playing around the spell shield active.
Blinking or just Fisher.
So you're going with Monkey King mid against Ember, right? And so you want
Void Spirit safe lane.
Off lane.
You just pick an off laner.
Okay.
I think they could consider Snapfire 4 or 3, but I think against Anti-Mage, against gap closers, I don't like Snapfire 3. Like gap closers in the laning stage.
There is Legion Commander for lockdown against AM.
I'm down for Legion. I like Legion a lot.
Cleanse.
She's
for
not
the
good
Phoenix
versus
egg.
Mars, but
Go ahead.
Oh,
no, they do offlane Void Spirit.
No, is it offlane?
Yeah, it's got to be
sure, right?
We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, it is offlane Void Spirit.
Void Spirit. Okay.
It is a very good Slark game. His lane should be pretty solid. They might even consider aggro tri-laning and putting Spirit safe lane. I think that's a strong consideration.
So I don't know if 23 Savage plays Void Spirit.
Yeah, I'm
totally ignorant to that, but I was with you on safe lane Void Spirit because I hate playing off lane Void Spirit into AM.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a
what? He just hits you?
Yeah, it's the hit you factor. You can't really trade with them. The mana burn. I think either they're gonna tri-lane or they're gonna do the whole fissure block into Earthshaker blocking all the camps and just let Ice get like level 3 and then leave him on his own, leave into his own devices here. I think you have to help the Slark. I think Slark's lane against Mars Phoenix could go poorly, but with 3 heroes it would go really well. So yeah. I think they're going to look to rotate to this tri-lane as quickly as possible. And last game I predicted FNATIC based on the fact that they just better as a team, and this game their draft was a lot more solid than the second game, so more consistent. I'll go with them again.
Yeah, Boom would have to win out in lanes. They can. AM can beat Void Spirit. Mars can beat Slark. So if they can get the setups that they want and manage to win those, both of them, especially that Mars Slark lane, can go back and forth, but the advantage is to Mars.
Okay, makes sense. Game number 3, FNATIC versus Boom Esports. We're gonna send it over to Dakota and Blitz.
Thank you so much, Grant. We got it right over here. I'm here with Will, and we're getting ready to hop into a hype game number 3 of Boom Esports versus FNATIC. Now, Will, last game, most people favored FNATIC even with what looked like atrocious draft in potential laning phase. This one looks a bit better, so I have to imagine FNATIC is looking good in this. But which draft would you prefer Team Liquid play with?
Probably FNATIC's by far too.
Yeah?
Yeah. And 0.4 to like 2.8.
Oh, good eye on
So
that.
people still think that FNATIC are pretty favored. A little bit of trepidation. 1.4. I think it started at like 1.2 or something at the beginning of the day. So things have definitely started moving and escalating towards Boom, especially after that last game. But I think that if I would probably put my money on FNATIC just because I think that their draft is superior. I think they have multiple ways of catch. They have really good ways to deal with Boom's heroes. We saw what the Monkey King versus Ember Spirit matchup looks like already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hint, if you didn't see it, it's not fun.
It was dominant, and now FNATIC have it in their possession. So, you know, we could have a little bit of extra. You know, let me show you what I with the hero involved. It was already acknowledged. The panel, you have a situation of a Phoenix being picked into Snapfire. It's talked about a lot how Snapfire is so damn good against the egg. I imagine that's something she's going to be looking out for here. Yeah. And also, there's not even a lot of good protection and defense, as Cap was talking about, for the egg. So what the hell are you supposed to do if you're a Phoenix in this game?
I don't know. It's not fun. The first time I played against Phoenix against Snapfire, it was terrible. I mean, I instantly thought I should complain to somebody at Valve, because there's no way that Lil would just be like, bop, 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 done.
But that's how it goes. Spirit. I personally have not seen this. I know of Void Spirit being a mid laner. I even heard recently of the 4-position Void Spirit and got to see it myself. Is this hero really that good that he could just play any position?
I was offline Void Spirit today in my pub.
How'd that go? Is it good? Does it feel good?
It was like 14-0 or something.
Okay, must damn good. Now, would it feel good?
Click people and die.
Do you wish that Storm Spirit was as flexible as all the other spirits as far as positions? Because I know Spirit can play mid lane. Ember Spirit has had some dabbling in the support position recently. You know, Storm is mid and maybe safe lane in some occasional games. Would you ever wish of a 4-position Storm Spirit to work?
Nah, I like him exactly where he is. I like him where he is.
I just feel like that's a cute thing that Ice Frog would be like, I wish all the spirits were flexible, because it's like wind and water and earth.
I'll do my best.
So then, if he wants to be support, his Q would have to change. Like his Remnant. Like, it's impossible to land. Unless,
that's true. And I feel like if he gets too crazy with changing up Remnant, it could greatly affect the core part of Storm Spirit.
Wait, oh, okay. So they don't actually know quite where the ward is. That's pretty nice ward position. Notice Fly from EG places that one a lot.
You're talking about this Dire ward
he places that one a lot.
Up of the river, yeah. Yeah, support warding is a metagame in itself. You know, you can't be too predictable. Everybody able to study each other's replays and tactics, you know, quickly load up 2 games, and you kind of could easily understand a warding pattern that support has to offer. So it's good that there's people like Fly and others to continue to think outside the box and find new setups and new good ward positions to counter. But yeah, here we go. The fabled Monkey King Ember Spirit.
I think so.
Be heavily Monkey King favored. We'll keep in tune of.
It's actually kind of okay because he got the superior block on the Ember.
It did start high ground, which allowed Ember to get that clean 3-0 start.
Yeah, this is a pretty ideal circumstance for him, because what you want against the Monkey is for the lane to be pushed in your favor. So Makoto's actually kind of is one off of perfect CS. Yeah, he's got 6 out of... He missed that one creep that I think he should have gotten, but otherwise... Nearly perfect, Dakota.
Going fantastic. I imagine the mid lane is just as volatile as it's ever been. So this could be a nice clean start to the point of those early rotations. Maybe some of the other lanes. We briefly checked in on bottom, which is pretty far forward into the Radiant side. And now Radiant able to kind of fire back a little bit of harassment. But, you know, kill potential is something in itself. You maybe get a clean spear and set up maybe a clean cookie for the Slark, and then that could certainly do a number. But you know, Phoenix has the opportunity to dive away, and then Mars is tanky. Where do you think potentially you could see first blood happen?
Towards mid.
Towards mid?
I think what DJ will do after he pulls his weight, after he did anyways, is I think he actually... Oh wait, what is this pull right now that... Okay, no, he's just pulling from the side. I thought there was like some weird way to connect that I'd never seen before, but I would imagine he just goes towards mid and they try to make a kill happen on.
But that Dire
forward, dude.
Yeah, that's smart.
I think spotted him. They pinged them, and now DJ is not going to get the smart approach. So Makoto is, pushed forward. They're still drawing like, hey, dude, watch out.
Oh,
Earthshaker's over there.
Just die.
Will he still die, even though they have the intel?
I mean, they pinged. They told him.
Don't do this.
They. Oh, the dodge! He's so good, baby! He's so good! Oh my God!
Oh, that was so.
I will always appreciate a good slide dodge, especially in that circumstance. Like if he could have gotten the kill and somehow corrects that lane, that would have been insane. And he's almost got the same CS that that Moon had at the 6-minute mark last game. Moon, I think at that point had like 19, I believe it was like to 44.
There is
and he actually kills him.
No. Wait. He just got back, right?
Yeah, he just got back. Apparently, he just stayed with low HP, and then he gets clicked. And now this lane is even better for him because he's gonna up him in CS. He got more gold and experience for the kill than.
The ward is still there. They still see DJ. Guys, stop getting caught by DJ. You know he's there. He's been lurking around in the jungle.
Ah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my goodness. How does this man get away with this so much?
It's okay.
Under surveillance.
It's alright, because Makoto's just outplaying them. And you know, right? I believe it right now. Dakota, he's gotten way more. He's 100% gotten way more.
Now to Boom's side, so there's going to be intel going the other way. Also, it was unmentioned because there's so much chaos breaking out. They did get that kill on the bottom lane too. I believe Snapfire picked that one up, getting the takedown of Hyde. I mentioned the kill potential already between like Cookie and Pounce. You get caught out, there's a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and he's getting a little bit low, but has no real target. Was trying to get him on those like random crystal shard looking things, and this might actually just be a kill on the jabs percent.
Yep. Throws himself into the fray, but the same goal there. Meanwhile, mid lane Moon moving past the tower. We got DJ around the corner. Makoto tries to head to the other side. The fissure not quite long enough. He eats through the tree and finds a safe right there.
And that should be something that we should mention is that the Oracle will purge off the buff on Monkey King because it is a buff.
Oh yeah, very true. Like that, the Dark Deer factor might be a clean counter pickup for floating into the mid lane and doing such work. Okay, Moon now. Oh, he tried to slight that one again. This time Moon privy to it.
Oh, Makoto is probably a little bit here.
Okay, Phoenix coming in from behind, trying to help out though. Does stop them in their tracks. Makoto
and now Moon is really low.
Ooh, that's a level 2. Purifying Flames. It does a lot of damage. Not able to get the finish. Moon survives on, and now DJ's here. Drops down the fissure, and they're able to trap the bird.
Still, lane-wise, this is going fine for Boom. Their other 2 lanes are winning pretty handedly. The Void Spirit just TP'd mid, so Anti-Mage, who is already having a pretty good game, as our analyst rightfully pointed out, it's a really nice matchup for him, is doing perfectly fine. Ember Spirit is just kind of threw away his thing, but he's going to get a kill on the Moon. He actually would have done that anyways.
And Makoto's certainly making this an inning 1v1, even though it should be so one-sided.
We saw what it looked like when Makoto had the matchup, and you thought we were just. I thought I was just gonna get more of that.
Yeah, and then some. I thought Moon was gonna be like, "Let me show you how it's done."
Yeah,
but
he's like, "Dude, I had such a miserable game last time. Let me show you that it is not." And instead, Makoto's like, "No, I think I'm a little bit better than
He's
you."
Like, "I understand the Monkey King. All right."
Oh, that's not good. That is pretty massive. He would have killed him without Hyde though. Like Hyde being there actually just soaked XP. But yeah, this Monkey King is 300 net worth behind. At this point in the game, he was almost like 2k ahead of the Ember.
You know who also is a big breadwinner here? Mars. That guy's neck and neck with top CS in the game. 39. He has been just trucking away down here, and now shielding up on the 23 Savage. They force him back.
23 Savage
Big Bird going in for the finish. It's tumble away.
He's
he
dead.
will. At the same time,
How does Top die?
A tit for tat, I guess.
How does Anti-Mage die there?
DJ things, I guess.
Nice. Okay.
It's criminal. I'm telling you.
I don't even blame our ops for not watching top, because I don't think that if I asked Brian like if that's a lane that he can die in, he'd probably say no. Especially when it's not level 6 or anything like that. You can always blink out unless you're at like 100 HP, which is what he must have been.
I imagine that he was not expecting a DJ snipe fissure from the outside, and it just caught him as he was about to blink out. That's what I can theorize, but we won't know until we check the tapes.
On 23 Savage is now top. He's gonna get the pounce and not enough damage. Ice out of mana, as he should be for most of this matchup. But all 3 cores right now on the side of Boom, despite the kind of unexpected death at top, are still leading the way for this game, and Makoto is still having a very good
Jabs bottom lane. Arena's out. Just out to Javelin, the shield crash, and that's all it takes. Nice ping and execution of action right there. Meanwhile, top. Makoto shielding up on the DJ, and Boom are going. They have earned their advantage from the laning phase, and they're putting it into action.
I mean, this is the highest net worth in the game right now on this Ember Spirit, and he's almost 1,000 ahead of this Monkey. I still don't quite understand, if I'm 100% honest, how that happened and how the solo kill happened, because that really threw away whatever lead that they had. And the first rotation of the game is going to be by Moon and Ice down towards...
It's not going to amount to anything.
Yeah, and in fact, they're actually going to get kind of aggressive here, and that pins him to the wall.
Oh, we saw the TPs, but decided to float back a bit. They have help around the corner with DJ, but it's too late. They've already committed. Spirit.
Yeah, that's a dead Ice, and look at Makoto. He's just...
His Moon's number.
Oh, and he got it, baby! Let's go! Oh, this boy!
He is
Let's get it!
Tapped in over Moon.
Oh, man. You're straight up just hanging out right now, Moon. Oh, my God.
Very nice. Very nice.
Dude, I don't watch enough Southeast Dota. Makoto's sick.
All the dribbling between the legs. I'm loving it.
Like, the thing is, he's really being risky when he goes to these plays, but you can't even hate on that. It's so exciting when players just decide, like, screw it, I'm better than you.
Here he is again. He's leading out from the charge, but Jabs is right behind. Fisher's there. Maybe he got a little too overzealous this time. Finally, FNATIC can get a hold of Makoto.
Does he have a spear? He does.
No way.
Oh,
a haste throw. How convenient. God. Oh, no. They got the latch.
He's dead. Yeah,
Ice gets him. Ice
yeah, he's dead.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't let him go.
Oh, no. Okay, I was dead. He's dead.
Jabs. Oh, man. That would have been something. Look at this, though. From downtown, they get the picture.
He's fine. Yeah, that was a wasted Snapfire.
Right. That's right.
Oh, man, Makoto, he really pushes things.
There appears to be some sort of magic.
I'll never hate on a player that does. I can criticize and say like, that was a weird decision, but straight up hate, never.
Yeah, it's hard to say because it had those turn into failure. You know, seeing somebody
like right
really
there.
on their own face.
Oh, he could have died.
Gonna check out the replay here. There is action at the mid though.
Guys, again.
Quick cutback because yeah, I was gonna say Makoto's he's creating new highlight reels over here. He's taking it back to.
Oh, you can't keep your eyes off this guy. Like, every single time we hop back into the game, Moon's dead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, kids and their high MMRs and Ember Spirit. They just that's the hero.
One thing about this matchup, by the way, Dakota, is at some point it becomes fine for Ember.
Yeah.
Like, it's really just the fact that the laning phase is always so rough.
Oh.
And DJ's not close enough for...
Oh, no.
Makoto just, he's happy about that. An Echo Slam was used, the Slark ulti was used now. Here comes Moon, though. He is here.
Makoto, maybe his days are finally numbered. Moon,
surely he dies now for this.
I don't know. Around the corners, Oracle with a false promise.
Oh, and they know he's up there.
I think they're good. More help. Right now, FB's being here, I think FNATIC might have to reconsider. No, never mind. They're not reconsidering. They're all in for this one. They're moving in hard. Ice is going to lead out the chart. Find connection. Yet, Moon, think about hopping in. Hops back. Fidgets there. Very awkward for FNATIC out of the games. But they get all the jabs. This is bad for FNATIC. They got to pull out. They will only lose jabs, which I think is good for them, considering they decided to fight. Wow.
I would say it's not the worst, but they were CRS5 and Anti-Major's farming during this entire time.
Ice is still being chased. He was able to get a cute little snipe onto Makoto's courier, and he's creating the space. But Makoto will take that kill.
I'm not sure what space he's creating though. During that entire time, Anti-Major's farming bottom, and Slark was top. Like, they were gathered as 5 top, thinking that they could potentially win a fight 4-on-5. So it's not like they got a lot of space out of that. If anything, they just kind of lost ground.
It's like Savage is able to go for these stacks, but before he can even try to finish it, Luke already knocking at the door.
Oh, Moon, you're dead again.
Moving up into the high ground. Finding Moon, finding another kill. I'll tell you how this Monkey King isn't looking nearly as impressive as Tiger King.
I heard you talk about that with Pop-Tart, and I was like, he loves that. I knew it was going to slip in. That was good. I like that.
Just to wait for the right moment. Could have done better. But here, Ice.
I appreciated it.
You know, who do they have to fall back on to make something happen? Ice is in potentially some trouble here top lane.
He's got double jump. He's okay, but Makoto's down here and he's earned.
Yeah, they got him. They got him. Boom is just putting on a clip. This game.
He is.
And they didn't have to have as much of a, drafting advantage as this go around.
Dude, look at Ice's current net worth. If you looked at just this list without seeing any of the heroes used, okay, like the 4 Void Spirit didn't work out.
I don't think I've ever seen Ice in that kind of position, to be honest with you.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
On that level, my goodness.
Remember what I said at the beginning of the day. FNATIC is a team that you want to win lanes against. You want to be able to slow these guys down because they play so independently that if the lanes individually don't work out, that's really where you get them.
Now Boom have free reign to kind of play at their own pace here. It's a matter of what they want to do with it. They have Roche out there, but really how good of a Roche lineup are they? It might be something they just kind of pass on for now and think about picking up later. They have a tier 1 here in the mid they can gladly still go for.
Yeah, Anti-Mage with this Battle Fury will continue to avoid fights, and their 4-man is so strong on Boom.
Okay.
And it all comes down to the fact that all 3 of the cores have had such a good start. 23 Savage is going to start this. That actually knocked down one of the trees, and that makes Moon a little bit skittish.
Savage loses like a huge chunk of his life ball there. The Diffusal Blade now to try to flex is not the tankiest. And 1-2 triple real fast if not careful. But yeah, I mean the 4-man team for Boom has been fantastic. Poto certainly being the star of the show.
And the teammate just moving upwards with this farm. I really want this kill.
There they go. Can it catch onto the secret?
I know he's right there.
Bank carry the team. What can they do? Jump in. Really, the stun's all there.
He is 100%.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
They commit so much.
That was a hateful kill.
I'm trying to send a message into this game that, we're feeling down, but we're not out. We'll still, we'll catch you out. In the meantime, trying to move through this mid lane, at least get the secured finish onto that tier 1. Kodo around the corner.
Looking so
at the early crit. I don't feel like I see that very often on your Embers, but here he is slicing up with it onto jabs.
It's really efficient damage. It's something that Thompson began to do because he kept buffing Chrysalis as FPC barely misses. So he doesn't quite get it. Would have probably been a kill, but they do get mid tower.
Yeah, that's right. They it made it cheaper now, I guess. Yeah. Technically, with the broadsword being cheaper.
Then I think they saw everyone started getting Chrysalis about a patch ago, and then they made it more expensive again.
That's how it goes.
Literally every hero was getting Chrysalis. Like it cost nothing, and it dealt like 40 something damage. or 34 damage, sorry. And then it gives you the chance to crit as well. So it was way too good for what it was. And so now everyone is kind of swerved and decided to go for the Blade Mail.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like Blade Mail should be almost filling that spot. Another item cheaper by the broadsword and was buffed with damage.
It's just a little bit worse if you're not an Enduro.
Ah, that's fair enough. Here's Boom. Making the jump to the mid lane on Ice, Ice, Ice. He seems to be an easy target. And FBC now dominating on his Mars.
Hit on hit, and the Anti-Mage's farm is still relatively unperturbed. His team has done such a good job for him. Like, Dream's game it's been a Dream game. Aside from the
very nice
one death at lane and the time he got picked off there, he hasn't really been contested too much. His team has done a very good job of winning all their 4-on-5 engagement.
Oh yeah, this would be fantastic in a pub situation. Imagine if you're the AM, you're just seeing so much chaos without really being involved. I mean, the AM is 0, 2, and 0. He's had no involvement in any of the positivity going for his team at all at this point.
Makoto's signaling his Oracle. He's like, guys, somebody might be here, and instead they're towards bottom, where they've got the numbers advantage now. The Oracle TP, but 23 Savage misses, and Ice.
They're trying to catch what they can, if anything, and it does have a juicy target. They need to really lock them down now. That's a lot. They need more, though. They do get it. Man, I thought it was going to be spaced out too much at that point, and AM would have been able to slip away. But as you mentioned, the numbers advantage there for Fnatic, and there's just not enough bait out AM or divert the attention.
That was perfect by them. They actually layered CC perfectly. Really well done by Fnatic.
It looked like the AM was about to get that blink animation off, but yeah.
He was stunned for so long that the pounce came back.
That's 2 takedowns back-to-back of now, of course, they still have Ember and Mars both, joining him as far as the trifecta of power for net worth here. But Fnatic trying to scratch their way back, taking advantage of some of those higher bounds out there. And look at this, sniping another. Little by little, they're on the run back.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of doing it. I'd say they need at least another, a core kill on maybe the Ember Spirit would have made things real good for them.
Yeah, on the bar of doing it, this is kind of doing it, then doing it, and then actually doing it, and then they've done it.
They're dewarding a lot, too. They're correctly utilizing their Lark as hide.
Nope. Didn't quite make it to the high ground. Jabs. They can grab a granny. Yes, they are. Get back here, Grandma.
He did.
He shoved Jabs across the river to the other side.
This is a really farmed Phoenix, by the way.
Yeah, it's funny that there really has been no egg snapfire stuff.
No.
That was like a big focus point of the draft and something you always look up for. And again, Boom picked the Phoenix into the snapfire, but, has it been a problem? Not at all. Phoenix has been just using everything else in the toolkit of the team. And by the time the egg is even going to be brought into the fight, will Snapfire even have the approach?
Yeah, that's my concern right now, is that he's so far behind, and this Ember Share 2 shots him.
Yeah, she's just got to sit in the back and chunk out her ultimate and capacity. I don't think she's going to be in there trying to break eggs.
Oh, and FPZ actually messes up. He gets onto the high ground here, and they're even going to place a sentry. They know he's here. This is kind of a terrible position for him.
That's awkward, but Boom are able to slip out from any potential threat. They ward up in perimeter of the bottom lane, but Fnatic already kind of privy to that. Taking Reyna up north. Take that outpost and just kind of work with the available farm. It's getting a little bit interesting. The net worth shifting around a bit. There was a top 3. Now suddenly the Slark is creeping up.
Oh, look.
That curve is pretty close to 100, right? And we see the odds reflected 8 to 1 for Boom. I really thought this game was going to go in favor of Fnatic. I thought all 3 of their lanes, I thought 2 of their 3 lanes were going to go really well for them. I thought one lane in particular was going to be absolutely dominant.
But Boom and certainly Makoto doing so much work in that early game. Kind of set the stage for them to kind of take really any team fight that does approach. But both teams really just splitting their farm across all fronts. Manta done. Obviously already has that Battle Fury. Looks like Basher next, Abyssal to come. Pretty cookie cutter for your AM buildup. But here we go. Call to action now comes out from Boom as they pop the smoke. Makoto scouts out what looks like the rune. And then pumps back. Remember the new illusion rune acts as a mini Manta here, and he's got it bottled up. They talk a bit. They commit to the high ground. Now Ice still checks him on the high ground. Monkey King pops the ult, and they're trying to take it right back to Boom. They got the Oracle down, and Boom's forced to retreat.
Just a little bit too aggressive by Makoto. The rest of his team wasn't really in the best position. The smoke breaks on all of them, so not really an easy position for Mars to go on.
Still not the worst thing there. This is the 4-man. AM is farming elsewhere and just losing your one little support. It's not the biggest thing, but FNATIC are on the move, and again they're going to go hunting for AM.
This would be such a bad death by Dream if he dies here. Like, he has been the centerpiece. They have not asked him to single fight. If this is the kind of anti-mage game you get, you can't afford to die.
I think he's good. He's already made it across the mid lane for the safety of his team.
Yeah, I can't stress this enough. I feel like Dream is 0-3, and in most situations that'd be death sentence, but his team has done such a good job of creating space from 4-on-5 that he has not had to budge at all. 0-3-0. Hasn't participated in 17 kills that his team has had.
Yo, he got top lane. Has to be careful.
Do not die. Do not throw this lead that your team has built up. I cannot stress this enough. I'm so stressed out right now, Dakota, for him.
It's okay. Boom is showing up from behind to catch out FNATIC Straggler. We're on that assassin mission, but one of the assassins is able to make it out. Ice.
Oh my god. Please kill him.
Getting away.
Are you serious?
With murder.
I'm pinging him now, but he doesn't have a TP or any ulti charges. Oh my word, he actually he got out right in front of them. He's just casually gonna walk away. He's getting deeper into the forest. They're still chasing.
They're still gonna chase.
And he's just gonna park himself right here.
Top tower is under attack.
And they're gonna run into him.
Oh, nice. Alright, it takes a little bit of time and effort, but Ice is not going to get away.
They might get the kill here, though, on Makoto. They're pretty well set up for this, but Makoto is being very careful.
Yeah, I mean, he's now got the death, so he's pretty heavy onto the damage. Not very defensive. It's pretty dependent on his remnants to bail him out from potential trouble. The Oracle's shown up now, and that could help things out. Things get a bit south. DJ, in the meantime, caught into arena. Shoved back. Makoto sweeps in and cleans up. He's now dominating. Jabs hopping up and over. And, well, into the enemy team.
Dude, Hyde's almost got a full BKB.
Wow, on the Phoenix.
Yeah, he is so farmed. I don't even know if that... maybe I'd go Ags if I was him or something like that. Sunray Soak broke.
Speaking of BKBs, Moon is hoping to get one next. He just finished his defusal now, but, you know, these damage bits are nice, but you're still a step behind on the buildup that Boom has. And that might show itself in these fights. As well, 23 Savage does find the catch onto Oracle. Oracle able to get off the false promise. If he can heal himself enough and that Phoenix beam, he should be good. You know,
perfectly fine.
I think I remember something on the drama, like, or something during the draft panel about Oracle can really synergize with the team, but that healing application is so handy.
He dies anyways.
He gets put on blast right there. 23 Savage still lurking for the kill.
That's so funny. They gave him a freebie to walk away. That was the license. You know, you don't have to choose this life.
Structures are cunningly fortified.
But he still did it anyways.
You're free now. Stop getting yourself in trouble. And then ultimately still meets the same.
That life just pulls you back, you know?
It's so much money. Oh, high to the low ground. Oh, just barely picked up.
They're not going to chase that.
Meanwhile, mid lane, look who has lingered outside the front door. Mars.
Really nice egg, though.
But he's so tanky. Put the egg right there.
Yeah, they're just going to fully back out.
Second guess their commitments and run at the other side.
So they do get mid tower and a kill on Oracle, which isn't the worst thing. And Anti-Mage at some point has to come and fight with the rest of his team, I'd imagine.
Hold on there. Well, it's going to be a couple more items. You know that. Missile Blade has got to be done, and then, you know, the next one,
Next item syndrome is the best. Oh, that's a great item, by the way.
Paladin Sword and Mindbreaker both coming
First Slark is, dare I say, broken. Just the amount of regen you get is pretty insane. Looks like he's not going to hold on to it. And maybe they just give it to the Monkey King. That's perfectly fine, too. Yeah, Monkey King also has a heal. So 16 more heal on his Boundless would be nice.
Watch out. Bottom. Speaking of which, Monkey King able to hop out and away from potential trouble. Boom are back on the southern front and trying to just reclaim economy, as FNATIC are going to be potentially losing out on these resources and potentially losing on more as DJ is caught out.
Oh, Jabs is going to die for that too.
Oh, Jabs trying to be there for his ally.
So the question now is, like, what do you decide to go for? You could just go into Road right now if you wanted. I don't think it's the worst idea. There's no AoE that can be shot into Dream. You can't die like this.
Are you serious right now? Dream caught out on the side, potentially going to get blown up. He does fall. It costs them Ice, and it could cost them Savage. So I don't know if it's still worth. I mean, you know, props to FNATIC. Somehow, some way, they always find this AM and take him down a peg. But Boom will certainly take names of their own.
Yeah, I think he's 0-4 now. He must have gotten an assist from that. Yeah. 4 and 5. Had the roughest game.
I just feel like he's that crazy neutral hero in the game that sometimes FNATIC pick on.
He's like a mini Roshan,
right? Because it's not really advancing the game at the moment. But Boom are taking the fights. Boom are taking the objectives. He's a dark horse that should eventually show up. But oh, just you wait till that 5-man fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For now, FNATIC kind of stuck back waiting, and on Boom's time, 23 Savage up. He does have the BKB slated, and it's going to take more time. I imagine it's wiser for FNATIC to hold out on items like really try to test the waters as well for Monkey King. Yeah, certainly those two BKBs would be very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you need to get BKBs at this point. The chains are just doing too much right now. And you got the additional skin too.
Yeah, chain could make things easier for FBZ to set things up with the spear. FBZ also doing a fantastic job setting up these arenas, and now has gone into that utility as he has the pipe.
Yeah, and now I'm still in the waiting for Dream waiting room. Hopefully he comes and fights.
He's got a butterfly now queued after completing the Abyssal Blade. That might be the ticket, though. Come on. Yeah, I certainly imagine so. Anything after this becomes a bit of a luxury for him to participate in these fights, but with that big knife, he's now ready to go. Tier 2 claimed. FNATIC.
Okay, guys, I've got 3 major items. I think this is about time for me to probably be involved in some kills. That'd probably be nice and helpful if, because 20 Savage has been everywhere. I mean, he's trying his best. Like, he's taking a lot of fights. He's 4-2-4. Conversely, like, he's kept up pretty decently in net worth considering they've just lost fight after fight.
Yeah, they definitely have made the most with the position to put in. You know, find those creeper kills, taking advantage of times when Oracle are on their own, those expeditions to take out the AM. They have not yet really been tested by Boom's potential.
Oh, there. Catch him here. He doesn't have BKB or anything. 23 Savage is going to leap across, but the chase is on.
Yes, it is. They have the Abyssal now as AM shows up. Oh, DJ drops it down, takes out the backlining Oracle, but is it going to be good enough? Because Boom are coming in with round number 2. It's just Dream is just ripping apart Moon.
Oh, that echo is massive.
Snipes that kill. And now they're out. I think FNATIC just got the first real knockout hit. And the count is on. Are more going to hemorrhage
DJ trying to use the tree to juke on the side, but yeah, he gets caught. Oh boy.
That was a really nice echo. I mean, he hits 3, but two of the targets have a way to reset themselves. The Ember Spirit and the Phoenix, of course, gets the ulti off and jabs is not close. And you saw how good the little Shredder could be.
Strange to say.
A little bit too far, and that egg was massive. That wastes most of the BKB from the Monkey King, and I have to imagine this is game now. They're 20k. Roshan is still available for them. Their teammate is massive. Phoenix, for God's sakes, has a BKB.
And they're throwing now to Boom are just feeling themselves, and they should. I mean, this is a series set if I've ever seen one. FNATIC are, I imagine, to be touted as favorites coming into the series, but Boom,
when they know instantly,
Boom just have resolve right now as they continue to fight in. Ice also to drop. Double buyback comes out. This is the final hurrah of FNATIC, I imagine. Savage and Moon try to fight on forward.
They could just Roche if they wanted to, Dakota.
Looks like that's the game plan. Is it? Yeah. Come on, get in there. Get that Roche. Yeah, get that Roche.
I think you guys want to take Roche?
You know, that it just could help these fights out, but
I think that's what FNATIC are thinking. They're like, oh, they must be Roshing.
Now, of course, is what they're going to do when they realize they're not Roshan.
I will say, because I do think this game is most likely over by all rights, that even though the Void Spirit offlane didn't go well, I don't even know if that was like the Anti-Matrix's Void Spirit map was like potentially the biggest issue, considering like Dream didn't participate for the first 30 minutes. So it's not like that came to bite you in the ass at all.
What about the mid lane, though?
I mean, the mid lane, I think, was really where things went disastrously wrong.
Yeah. We had seen in the previous game what the Monkey King Ember Spirit really is all about and what is it's expected to be. In this game, just totally a different story.
Yeah, I mean, last game, had global lead. And he tried. Let me say, he died like 4 times.
Yeah, definitely felt himself. Oh, trying to go for invis. Huge fissure.
The BKB.
He tried to BKB himself out of it. He does run it back. He runs it back in. And FNATIC are not going to be able to get that tasty kill, and they will lose a lot for it. Somehow 23 Savage finds his way out. A little bit of a jam. And this one with Elful Cookie, but he does go down eventually. I think that might have just done it. That may have been the nail in the coffin.
And that was, you did see finally why the Shredder is good. The Phoenix was at full and then it died instantly, but that also forced jabs to commit within melee range. And he died in 1 second. As soon as he killed the egg, he died.
Yeah, really only offered the egg kill and a slightly helpful cookie, but after that, you know, the party and the shtick is over.
Dude, this Mikoto guy that was sick with it.
He's a 10k player. I'm pretty sure
I can't check because I don't have a keyboard, apparently, but
we'll have to look into that. But nonetheless, he's playing like he's got that kind of swagger, and he'll be rewarded. Boom Esports, big takedown against FNATIC. FNATIC will give them every last little ounce in true SEA fashion with every dying breath.
I mean, they're trying, but they're just so far behind. They just don't have the gold. This Monkey King is so underfarmed relative to where he should be. He's gonna buy back, but I mean, this was definitely like the Mikoto show.
I certainly agree.
I mean, how many deaths does Moon have at this point? It was 185.
Yeah, we did not get to see Monkey King really amount to anything there. You know, and you could say that for a lot of the heroes too. I know you said Isis